Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking features delicious recipes and cooking tips from the Gulf Coast's finest chefs and restaurants. Watch as popular local chefs prepare their special dishes with natural gas. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas.
We're cooking with Pensacola cooks today, and my guests are owner Jackie Selby and Frank Woolfolk, who is the chef at Pensacola Cooks, and we have got some delightful recipes for our viewers today. Frank, you've got one of your specials you're going to start with. Tell us what that is.
Today we're going to do a jerk chicken with a pineapple and peach sauce to go over the top.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, it's delicious.
You've got your chicken all prepped here,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
we'll go ahead and let you just take over.
All right. Put about 2 tablespoons of oil in your pan.
Okay, and you've had that pan warming, haven't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Of course, we're cooking with natural gas, just like you do at the restaurant, right?
It's my favorite. Take your chicken. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons per chicken breast, but me, I like the jerk. So I like to kick it up a little notch, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more.
That's all right with me. How about you, Jackie?
I love it. The spicier, the better. It's just great. We love that Frank loves to season because sometimes you get stuff and you think, boy, you got it, But this is it's a really good recipe.
Good.
This is actually a jerk rub that we got from Kevin over there at the butcher shop, and it's delicious.
And he sells different products, right?
Yes. All his seasons he makes in-house.
That makes him special.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's got probably the best selection in Pensacola. You can walk right into the butcher shop on Fairfield, and there it is. And they're very helpful.
This is so aromatic.
Yes, it is.
It just really the first time you put it on the chicken, I could smell how good it was.
And I'm telling you what, when this is cooking and we haven't, we're taking our first order or so because everything's cooked fresh that day, you open that door and the smell just kind of wakes up Warrington. It's just...
And that's what I love. I love to just open the doors and, it's the first thing that hits you is that aroma.
Oh, yeah.
And while the chicken's cooking, I'm gonna get the fruit ready for the sauce.
Okay. Oh, fresh pineapple.
Yes, ma'am.
In season, right?
Keep that for later. We might plant that.
Oh, okay.
Good idea.
We have an edible landscape, thanks to Kat McCreary,
You do.
who does cooking classes for us, but she's also a master gardener. So we were her first edible landscape. So we pretty much build our little side garden around our menu. So
you got herbs and what else, Jackie?
There's greens. There's 3-4 different types of greens.
we have cucumbers. Don't know where they're at right now in this stage of growing, but we have mint. Basil,
we actually just planted some tomatoes. Peppers.
How fun is it just to go out and pick those fresh vegetables and bring them right to the pan, right?
I like it. I love it, and the customers really appreciate it too.
And sometimes, for us in the cooking classes, it's great to send your students out there and
Absolutely.
they can pick from the garden. Sometimes we send our customers at lunchtime. They know some of our regulars. They'll go out and do you need some more? Sure. They know where it is. So. We love our customers.
That's a great service.
Oh, yeah.
Great service. But there's nothing like fresh herbs. Nothing like it.
And Frank is really committed, as we have been from the beginning, to do everything fresh. We have a freezer in the kitchen, but it's basically for our homemade ice cream that Carol makes, our culinary assistant. Nothing that we use in the fruits and vegetables and meat department is frozen, so everything's fresh. We like to buy local, and so Frank gets most of our things through Floribama or local growers or producers that come in, or sometimes our customers. Frank, they grow and they bring stuff in for us to try.
Oh, that is great from their garden.
Oh,
So we had a lady bring in a big big batch of pears. Didn't want them to go rotten. Can you do something with them? He made pear bread pudding.
Oh, great.
There's a guy who brought, I don't know if you ever heard of them, chicken of the wood mushrooms.
No,
Big
I
old,
don't think I've ever heard
the
of
wild
those.
mushrooms. They were good. There's a guy that brought figs.
Oh, fresh figs.
Yes. So not
Very
only do
good.
they bring their recipes, they bring, they sometimes will bring the ingredients, and that's really how we base our menu on trying to hook people up to what they have
Sure.
grown up cooking.
Well, I tell you what, this chicken smells delicious.
This is when you wish you had smell-o-vision.
Yes, it's going to be so good. And then we got fresh peaches that are going to be added to the pineapple.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Now all this cooks down,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
with the chicken. And it's so wonderful this, time of the year to be able to use all of these fresh fruits and vegetables and dishes. It's just so nice to cook and try different dishes.
I know, and particularly in our sauces and even the salsas that Frank and the team make, sometimes people come in and they don't want a meat option for
Right,
whatever reason.
right.
They will order some of our other fresh vegetables or rice and put the sauce like this right over the rice, over the spätzle that we do, which is a German noodle. So they, we try to accommodate those folks that don't necessarily have meat
Sure.
or choose not to have meat or can't have meat in their diet.
Now you all are open just for lunch.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we are.
And this is, you have specials every day.
Right, so
Besides your,
we have a full menu. We're open Tuesday through Friday from 10:30 until 3. We're closed on Monday to catch our breath and to accommodate some of the other services that we do in the kitchen. Our menu is from entrees to sandwiches to sides, all of which connect people to their culinary roots. So you'll see some of Frank's specialty dishes from the Philippines. We have some German that we do. My family's from Munich, so we have some German recipes on there. We've done Italian. It just depends on, for our specials, what we have fresh that's available to us and what people have requested or have asked for. So we do special every day. This particular dish that Chef Frank's making today is one of the specials that we run. We don't have a permanent Caribbean dish on our menu, but this is one, correct, Frank, that when we run it, people love the Caribbean choices.
It sells out faster than you can think of. I mean, it's like a blink of an eye. It goes. And so I tell people on these days, make sure you come in early.
that's right. We run out.
And they know, and it happens. I mean, 10:30, and it's lined up. People lined up at the door
That's
ready.
a good thing, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You added some cornstarch to water.
Cornstarch to the water. Made a slurry that's going to be for the sauce.
Okay, what goes in next?
And the sauce is going to be there's brown sugar, pineapples, peaches, little salt. It's a simple sauce, but it's delicious.
Okay, are we ready to add that yet? Or?
Not yet. We're
Okay.
waiting for the chicken to cook.
A little bit more.
A little bit more, yes, ma'am. And the chicken usually takes about, depending on the size of the cutlet, anywhere between 6 to 8 minutes. So after a little while, you let it cook down.
Oh, yeah. What are some of your other popular dishes on the menu?
Well, it varies just depending on the mood, I think, of the folks. But I can tell you, we track our top 5 every day. And our top 5 evolves around our special of the day. So the special, usually no matter what, will take one of the top 3 spots. Our meatloaf, which is house-made, which I'm very particular about meatloaf. If it doesn't taste like Grandma's, I don't want it. And Frank's is better than Grandma, don't tell Grandma. But he does a pork and a beef blend and well-seasoned. And then our BLT has been around from the beginning, since the beginning of the restaurant, and collaborated with a lot of people when we first opened. and it remains to be a popular dish too. So that would probably be our three. Chicken adobo that Frank's going to do a little bit later on is another popular one. The Filipino dishes hold their own usually.
I like that.
Especially
Something different.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
People look forward to having. That
Right.
They may not necessarily want to cook at home.
Well, and a lot of our customer base that we see for lunch they come from the base, from
Right.
NAS.
That's
And many
right.
of those men and women who serve our country have been all over the world. And they also haven't been at home very often. So when we offer something that reminds them of home, plus giving them that international spin on some comfort food, they're very happy campers.
I bet they are, and they come back. And
Yes,
come
they do.
back.
And they even communicate with Frank through Facebook, and they give him his phone number, and it's just a lot of fun to see those
good.
relationships build.
Should we add these other ingredients before we take a break? Chicken almost done?
Yeah, the chicken's almost done. Matter of fact,
You want to go ahead and add those?
yeah, well, we take these out.
I want to show everyone how all this goes together, and then during the break we'll let it finish cooking and have it ready when we get back.
And then we add the salt.
And you leave the drippings in there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good deal. It's got a lot of flavor there. Pineapple and fresh peaches.
And the brown sugar.
And your slurry is going to thicken everything up, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. And before I add the slurry, I like to let the fruit cook a little bit.
Okay.
Let the brown sugar caramelize the fruit a little bit. You know, and that doesn't take long. Maybe a minute or so. And just
Oh boy, the
It's
aroma.
all going to come together,
Yes.
isn't it?
yes, ma'am.
So good. This is going to thicken up a little bit, and the fruit's going to soften somewhat, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it will really cut the spice, the combination of the savory spice with this sweet sauce.
Be good.
great for the
Let's take
taste.
a commercial break here, and when we come back, we're going to have this ready for you. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Heat pumps don't pump much heat. In fact, heat from an efficient natural gas heater can be 30% warmer, and you can get up to an $800 rebate when you install one. Warming up to natural gas yet? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Natural gas is the clean, reliable, earth-friendly energy choice. Here's what Pensacola Energy customers have to say about using natural gas.
We have noticed using the natural gas, our power bills have been a lot lower. Our last home was all electric, and now that we've built this house with natural gas, we won't ever consider going back to electric.
Go blue and save green with natural gas from Pensacola Energy. Visit PensacolaEnergy.com and make the switch today.
Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
We're back with Pensacola Cooks, and look at our pineapple and fresh peach sauce is ready to go over our jerk chicken.
Yes, ma'am.
Frank, it looks so good.
It probably tastes better than it looks.
And look how the sauce is thickened up.
And again, that aroma is just something
Sure
else.
is. I can see why this is one of the most popular dishes there.
Special. Just remember, this is a special. So this is one when it hits our Facebook page or it's on our chalkboard in the kitchen. It's usually a top seller.
I
It's
can
one of
see
those
why.
things that when people are walking down the sidewalk,
Yeah, they can.
they stop and what is that?
You're right.
I
I
want
want
to eat
that.
lunch here. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Well, it's beautiful. We're going to put it right up there so we can
There we go. Nice and smothered.
look at that, and it'll be our first dish. But our next dish is a chicken adobo.
Oh yes.
Another special, Jackie?
No, chicken adobo is actually on the it's on the menu. So
Okay.
it's been on the menu here. I'll go ahead and take that and get it out of the way for you. Chicken adobo is just a wonderful wonderful Filipino dish that Frank introduced on the menu. We used to do it as a special, and that's what happens sometimes, right, Frank?
Yeah.
We put it out as a special. It becomes so very popular that people want it all the time. So we'll rotate it out. So when we seasonally change our menu up, we'll bring in some of our specials, and that's how the chicken adobo ended up on the menu.
Good deal. And you've had this marinating.
Oh yeah, I like to marinate it overnight.
Okay.
But this one's only been marinating for about 4 hours. This recipe it's a family recipe. I learned this from my mama when I was a young kid, young teenager.
Fine. You told me you've been cooking with Mama since you were little, so you have probably got a lot of good experience and
recipes. You know, my sisters tell me all the time, your adobo has gotten better than Mama's adobo.
They don't tell Mama that.
No, we don't tell Mama that.
We love having Frank's mom come into the kitchen. She lives in the neighborhood.
Oh,
and she'll
great.
come in and
She likes to come and check up on me.
she does. She comes to check, and people really do get that sense. Wow, this is really family. Yes, it is. We were serious about that.
And a lot of customers actually know my mom just because from her coming in there.
That's great.
So what I'm gonna do with this chicken is I'm gonna cook this off. I'm gonna sear it. You know, these are boneless thigh fillets.
Okay.
Usually adobo you use the bone in, but you know I prefer for the restaurant. You know when you're eating lunch, you really don't want to eat around the bones.
And I love chicken thighs.
Yeah, oh yeah, I love chicken thighs.
I'd rather have chicken thighs sometimes than breast.
And
It's
see, and with
a little
this,
bit
you
more
still
flavorful.
you still get the flavor of the chicken thighs without having to deal with the bones.
Right.
So you cook this for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. Maybe not so much, just depending on the size of the meat. And then after that, you put the marinade that you marinated the chicken in, and cook it down.
Now, tell us what's in the marinade. We'll have the recipe for everyone, but go ahead and tell us the ingredients.
There's soy sauce, there's vinegar, garlic, and onion.
Okay.
And after that's in the marinade, but you add sugar, peppercorns, and bay leaves, and you serve it over rice, and it's definitely one of my favorites. It was one of my favorites growing up as a kid.
I think it's going to be one of my favorites, too. I think all of these recipes you're preparing today will be. Well, that looks good. While this cooks, Jackie, tell us about some other things Pensacola Cooks has going on.
Well, we're still very active in our catering. We find ourselves with our catering service line to do a lot of business lunches, the local offices around. We have been requested to do a lot of non-traditional weddings because we have a mobile kitchen now. We operate a mobile kitchen, and we have been getting requests for our menu items to be delivered and brought to the wedding reception or the rehearsal dinner as a mobile activity with other food trucks possibly. And we're very proud of that. So we do wedding receptions like that.
That's a unique idea. You haven't seen that before.
We certainly didn't think that up. We haven't marketed ourselves that way. And again, like everything else with a business, we've been in business for 12 years. It's been word of mouth.
Yes, the best advertising you can get.
Yes, it has been. And we started out just with the cooking classes. So when we decided to open this location, it will be 2 years. Actually,
the 28th.
It's actually yesterday because it was around Memorial Day weekend. So we decided that we would do some catering. It wasn't something that was a major priority. We wanted to do the kitchen rental, and we wanted to run a lunch service. But the catering just happened because of, I believe what people have told us, because they tasted our menu. And it's not traditional catering. Like we don't give people a list of 45 things to choose from. We try to customize it, give them some ground rules. So catering is one of our service lines that feeds very much off of Chef Frank's menu. Our mobile kitchen, we do shake it up a bit on the mobile kitchen. We try to take our menu and maybe do a twist to it. Denise Shelton is our manager over the mobile food vending, and she has taken some of the menu items and has talked to Frank about changing it up. For example, we do a moco loco, which is a Hawaiian dish, but we do moco nachos. So we do our moco meat over nachos.
Oh, that sounds good.
So I guess with the lunch and the catering and our mobile kitchen, of
your
course,
classes?
our foundation, our cooking classes. Right now we're in sign up for our children's summer camp, 8 years running. We already have a number of our camps sold out. And we would love for people to go out either on our Facebook page, which is Pensacola Cooks Kitchen, or to our reservation calendar at cookingschoolsofamerica.com /Pensacola Cooks to look at all the offerings. We're actually doing a mobile food truck summer camp this summer. We alternate our topics every 3 years, so because it's an Olympic year, we're doing an Olympic-based global food summer camp. And of course, we still do our adult cooking classes that Frank has been involved in. One of our most popular classes for adults is our Couples Cooks class every month.
Yes.
And we just do really well. But I'm excited about our newest class because we're partnering with some of our other businesses on the west side. So, and Frank's going to be the main instructor chef, and that's our barbecue boot camp. So I really do hope
boot camp.
I really hope people come out and support that. We've gotten a lot of interest. Frank will be teaching with Kevin Green, who's the owner-operator of the Butcher Shop on Fairfield. And Frank, can you just tell everybody a little bit about what we're going to be doing?
Well, we're gonna teach you the fundamentals of grilling, smoking, what types of meat, what temperatures, how long. It's just, I'm excited.
Well, and if anybody wants to get some of Frank's secrets about rubs and marinades,
oh yeah,
this is the time to do it.
This is the time to go, because he's not going to give it up in the restaurant. You know, we always say at the restaurant, because it's an open kitchen, every day is a cooking class at Pensacola Cooks Kitchen.
Right.
But here is, you're going to be up close and personal with two of the best.
That sounds
So we're
great.
excited.
That sounds wonderful. And look at this chicken, doesn't it look wonderful?
yeah. After I cooked the chicken, and I added the marinade.
Okay.
The marinade with the onions and the garlic, soy sauce, and vinegar. Now I'm gonna add my bay leaves
Okay.
and my peppercorn. And everybody doesn't like spice, but I do. So I'm gonna tone it down a little bit for you guys. But I like to. Some people smash them,
Right.
to get that little bit of flavor.
Yeah, just to that to taste, right?
There we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna let that cook down for a little while.
Okay.
And then the last thing I'm gonna do before I serve it is add the sugar.
Add sugar.
And that kind of equals out the vinegar and the soy sauce. It kind of brings it all together.
Oh, that's going to be good.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's take a commercial break right here, and when we get back, we're going to finish this dish up, and we've got a special dessert from Frank. So stay with us, because we'll be right back after these messages.
Natural gas is the clean, reliable, earth-friendly energy choice. Here's what Pensacola Energy customers have to say about using natural gas.
The tankless hot water heater is the biggest value that we've seen. Never running out of hot water is great. We had family in town over the holiday, and not one time did we ever run out of hot water.
Go blue and save green with natural gas from Pensacola Energy. Visit PensacolaEnergy.com and make the switch today.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Chicken adobo coming right up. You added the sugar,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
look at that
I finished
sauce.
it. Finished it with the sugar and brought it all together.
And it's time to plate this beautiful dish. A mound of rice, and we've got, Jackie, look at that.
I know. I'm always, the finished product, I'm always amazed at how everything just comes together so well with the sauce. And that bay leaf addition, to me, is what makes the difference.
Well, besides that, Frank cooks it with a lot of love.
Yes, he does. And you can't go wrong with a family recipe.
No.
Just like this. A couple peppercorns.
There's our second dish from Pensacola Cooks. Looks great. Let's scoot it right up here, Frank. And before we start dessert, I want to give everyone our telephone number. If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy, 436-5050, or you can visit our website, www.coastalcooking.com. All right. Tell us what our dessert is.
It's a key lime country shooter.
My kind of shooter, right here.
Yes. And what I have here is graham crackers that I put through the food processor and crumbled it up with a little bit of butter. And in here we have cream cheese, sweetened condensed milk, lime juice, and I just creamed it all together. You soften the cream cheese, cream it out together, slowly add the sweetened condensed milk, cream, bring it all together, and then you put the lime juice.
Okay.
Simple, but yet very, very tasty.
And Jackie, you have got something special you do with your kitchen.
Yes, we one of the reasons we ended up at 3670 Barrancas is because we saw it as an opportunity to help local food entrepreneurs. So we do kitchen rental. We have about 12 active kitchen rental partners, and they pay a small rental fee, and we have caterers, we have food processors, we have folks that have their favorite family recipe, and they rent the kitchen to produce that and to be able to sell it at market or to be able to sell it online. So we're very, very pleased that it's growing, and
Great concept.
we love that, in addition to being able to service even food entrepreneurs that come as far as the Crestview, Milton area. So we're excited. We're even expanding in the Milton area when it comes to our cooking classes. So we're very excited about that, and working with the Imogene Theater.
Oh, wonderful.
And we just had our Mother's Day tea there, and we'll be seeing more and more classes at the Imogene Theater, and culinary experiences and some dinners out there. So we're excited about that.
Very good.
Wow, Frank, that looks awesome.
Doesn't it? You just put a top on this and you can take it wherever you
So
want to go.
that's the country style shooter.
I love it. What a perfect dessert for these dishes.
It is, and that's pretty reminiscent of some of the desserts that we do in the kitchen. We have Carol, who is our culinary assistant, and she is the one that does all of our desserts and surprises our customers every week with about 2 or 3 different new desserts.
Oh yeah. She's a dessert genius.
Yes, she is, and this is one of those dishes, desserts that's kind of inspired by what she does with her homemade ice cream.
Well, we'll just have to have a dessert show.
There
right?
you go. I think that would be wonderful.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Oh, that would be great. That would
Love
be great.
that. Frank, you have done an excellent job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for sharing these great dishes with us. And Jackie, as always, you just keep growing with Pensacola Cooks,
Thank you.
okay?
Oh, we appreciate everything that you guys do for us. I just want to say thank you to you and the whole Coastal Cooking crew, because you guys do wonders for small businesses. I know I'm not speaking for myself. There's a lot of small food entrepreneurs, small food-related businesses that are out there that kind of get known because you put us on the air, and so we appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, you all are some of our best customers. You all cook with gas. So, I mean,
You can't go wrong.
It's a win-win, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It
Yes,
really
it is.
Well, we appreciate everything you're doing for our community.
Thanks.
Just keep it up.
We will.
Okay.
We will.
All right. Well, thank you again for joining us. We hope to see you again next Sunday. We'll be here with more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.